Hey, Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess I could try it again. Hello and welcome to my new channel and series. Recently, I've been getting a lot of ads for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, so I decided to try it out since I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was younger. So I downloaded the app, played a couple of games, and it really kindled my interest for Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. I didn't like the app so much because it had a different rule set with just 3 card slots. So I looked into the scene and the local community, and I found out there's a shop here that people go to and play at. So I thought it would be cool to go there and talk to people because I really want to get back in the game. So I looked through my old collection. I have all my folders with foil cards still in them, but I realized I sold my old deck, which is probably not usable anyway. But I still have a lot of different cards, that some of which are still usable, some might have some value. So this whole series I will try to build a deck with what I have and get some new cards, find out how much it's gonna cost me, and see where this is going. I really want to compete again. I really want to play tournaments again. So let's see how much money we have to spend with what we have already to get to a decent competitive level. First of all, we're gonna pack all our stuff up and head to the shop and talk to some players and see what we can find out. So these are all the things I could still find. I have 3 binders full of foil cards. I have some fragments of decks in here, some rare and common cards. I gave away most of my collection to my little cousin because he loves playing the game and he's probably much better than me, but we will see what we can do with this. These are just all kind of different cards. As you can see, there's lots of cards from all different phases of the game, like Jinzo here and anything really. And we will take this to the shop and see if we can find somebody to help us figure out if there's any useful cards in here, if there's anything we can use, or if there's anything of value that we maybe can sell or trade for other cards. So let's pack everything up and head to the store. And we arrived at the store. Due to the current situation, they are not currently holding any tournaments, which is kind of good for me because I obviously can't play in a tournament, and this way I can focus on building the deck first. There were obviously not a lot of people there because no playing was going on, but there was one person I knew from the old days, Alex, who helped me look through my cards, telling me what is still in use, what cards are still played, what cards are going up in value and what can be used for different kind of decks. And he also helped me build a new deck. I decided to go with Scrap again because that was the last deck I played and I kind of still remember the mechanics. So for 4 hours we went through all the cards at the store looking for cards I could use. So I really want to thank Alex again for helping me start out. He really did most of the work while I was just sitting there listening to him explain which card does what. We checked about 20 boxes of commons and took out all of the cheap cards. I also got some higher value staples that I also need for a scrap deck. Overall I bought 15 different rarity cards plus some card sleeves for 18 euros, which is a decent price for getting a starting deck. The remaining cards were from the folders and text boxes I had, so 25 cards for the main deck are from my own collection. They're obviously not super staples, but for a beginning it's okay. And then I have 15 cards that I bought at the store. So let's see what we've got. So I'm back from the store with all my new cards and with a technically working deck. It's obviously not a great deck yet, but we will work our way to building a better deck with what we have now. So let's get into what the deck looks like now. So we will switch to a top-down view and I will explain what I have now. So let's start out with stuff I already had. First of all, very important, 2 scrap golems, because this is kind of the most important card as far as I'm concerned. I need a third one of these, but they didn't have a third one, so these are the 2 I have. Next up, I have 1 scrap searcher, 1 scrap goblin, 2 scrap worms, 1 scrap mind reader, 2 scrap sharks, 1 scrap hunter, 1 scrap breaker, scrap beast, 1 scrap breaker, and then for the last monster I have a cyber drake because it's a machine and it's a special summon. So these are all the monsters I have. Obviously these are not all the monsters, but these are the ones I had already. Next up are the monsters I bought. Let me just get those real quick. So for monsters, regular monsters I just bought those 2 scrap chimeras because they're obviously very important for the scrap deck. I also wanted to add 3 scrap recyclers, but we couldn't find any in all the common boxes, so I still need 3 scrap recyclers. And I also need a lot of different other cards, but very important scrap recyclers. Next up, for the spells that I had. So I already had terraforming, which is important for the field spell card. Monster Reborn, Upstart Goblin to get the deck to 39 cards. Foolish Burial to get something in the graveyard. And 3 Mystical Space Typhoons. These are all the spells I had. And as you can see, I have a lot of other spells that I bought. Luckily, they had 3 Scrap Fortress common cards, so they're only 10 cents. I have 1 Scrap Yard. I have 3 Scrap Storm. I have 1 Mind Control and 1 Instant Fusion. So those are the cards I bought. And then for the trap cards that I had already, Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute, Solemn Judgement, Royal Decree, although I'm not sure about that one because I have too many traps, Call of the Haunted because it's a reborn, Imperial Order, and 2 Magic Cylinders. And there, I only bought 1 trap card from the store, which is Solemn Warning. That's basically the main deck. I will put the list down in the description so you can see what I got. And you can tell me how bad this deck is, because it's probably not good, but it's a playable deck at least. For the extra deck, the things I had already, 1000 Dice Restrict, I put 2 in here just because I had to. I can use it with Instant Fusion and suck up an enemy monster. I have Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon because I have the Cyber Dragon in it and I can easily summon it. I have a Stardust Dragon. And I have a Starlight Dragon. I don't know what this is called in English. But I can't even make this because of the tuning materials. I just put it in for fun. And then the things up. So these are the ones I had already. And then I bought 2 cheap ones. I bought Cloud Castle for its effect because when it's synchro summoned, I can target 1 level 9 monster in your graveyard, which would be Scrap Twin Dragon. But I don't have Scrap Twin Dragon or Scrap Dragon yet because they didn't have it. And I have my first Link monster, which also has an effect that works for Scrap. I definitely need to work on the extra deck because I need Scrap Wyverns, I need Scrap Dragons, I need Scrap Twin Dragons, and I need a lot of other things. But I have to focus on having a deck first, and we get to all of that in the future. But I can at least play a game with what I have now. I have no side deck yet because honestly I don't even know why I would bother with that yet, because I don't know what I would put in. I barely managed to scrap together a regular deck, but we have a deck and we will try it out. Hopefully next week somebody will be at the shop to test it again, and I will see if I can find the rest of the cards that I need online to get at least scrap dragon, scrap twin dragon, scrap wyvern and scrap searchers for a decent price. So this is the entire deck, including extra deck and all the traps and spells. You're gonna see names over this, I hope. So I'm gonna put them all in these foils, and then I will be done for today. And that's it. I built a deck with the help of Alex, with some of the cards I already had, some new cards. I will try to do this every week now, go to the store every week, play against people, play test this, and hopefully maybe not lose every single game. But most importantly, trying to have fun with it. I will keep you updated. I will post a video every week with upgrades I made to the deck, with win and lose ratio, with how much money I spent on the deck, and constantly every week we will see if we can improve the deck and maybe at some point have it as a competitive deck to take to bigger tournaments maybe, and maybe in the future eventually win something. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification if you want to see more of this, obviously. And I would love to hear from you what you liked about this video, what you didn't like, what I can improve. Please tell me down in the comments below, and until next time, see you, bye!